Hello people. So here we are with three different sets of messages for all of you who might be guided to pick any of these. These are three different sets of messages from the spirit guidance about what you need to hear at this point of time as we transition into a new year, and each set also includes an extra added clarification and guidance through a tarot card. So make sure before you start listening to these interpretations and these sets of guidances that you have already closed your eyes and connected with your inner self in a space of calm and quiet, and already chosen the set that you would like to receive your message from, that you're feeling intuitively guided to at this point of time, whether it's A, whether it's B, or whether it's C. So let's now proceed with the messages. Let's look at pile A first. What is your spirit guidance? Your spirit guidance is stand your ground. Standing your ground is an empowering, confidence building action to take from time to time. Now is the moment when you need to stand your ground. You know you can do it, and you know that by doing so, you will be the victor. So that's a wonderful message, guys, for all those of you who've been guided to pick set A. This is a message about not giving up yet. Some of you might be going through a rough patch in any aspect of your life. Maybe you're surrounded by opposition, or maybe you're feeling too tired and exhausted maintaining your position, your ground in some aspect of your life professionally, or with a lot of overwhelming things around you. Things might not just be turning out the way you want them to, even despite hard work, labor, intention. This is just a guidance from spirit to hang in there and stand your ground, especially if this is also about feeling a lot of opposition, the heat of opposition, and people who might not really be getting you at this point of time. As long as you're centered in your truth, as long as you're being guided by your highest truth and the voice which is inside, make sure to stand your ground. This is not the time to give up. So stand in your truth, and you have an extended guidance which will give further clarification. And wonderful, what a wonderful message that is. It's the wheel, which is a huge card to receive. Things are turning, all the more reason for you to stand in there, not give up. The wheel of destiny, the wheel of fate is turning, and soon things will very, very highly likely be turning in your favor. But this is also a very there's also important reminder with it, which is not to resist whatever is happening. If at any point of time you feel that you want to offer resistance or not go with the flow, that is something which will not really work out with you, not when you have the wheel card also. So make sure this can appear like a contradictory guidance, because on one hand you're asked to stand your ground, and other hand you're asked to go with the flow. But please understand what it means. You're asked to stand your ground about something you deeply believe in. Do that with the highest sense of authenticity. Do that as being guided through the light. But other than that, when things do not seem to go your way, do not give in to pessimism. Do not try to create unnecessary opposition. Do not try to go out of your way to resist things or turn the tide of things. Even as you stand your ground, know that things will work out. There are things happening which you might not be yet aware of. Allow them to work out. Allow things to sort out on their own, and create channels of flow for you. The wheel is turning at this point of time. Exactly what is right for you will happen. So that's the huge message for you, to allow destiny to work for you even as you stand your ground. So I think these are some wonderful messages of such hope and such strength for people who were guided to this set A. Now we come to people who were guided to set B. So let's look at the spirit guidance for you guys. First, what is the spirit guidance for you? This is a beautiful card, and it seems to me that this might be for a lot of people out there who are either working with animals, maybe animal communicators, animal healers, or even otherwise who have a huge connection with animals and inner connection, maybe empath souls, or maybe people who love pets and who are deeply connected to their pets, or deeply connected to the animal guides, or even to people who might be seeing a whole set of animals around them different kind of animals, and they might not be aware of maybe receiving signals from animals, you know, maybe seeing the same kind of bird every day, or maybe seeing butterflies, or maybe crows around them, or you know. So this is time to be aware that there's a lot of spirit guidance through animals working for you right now. The message says, animal kingdom, animals of all types are extraordinary creatures and miraculous gifts to us. They've been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. At this moment, they have lessons to share with you that will open your heart and soul. And even if some of you might have been, you know, might have lost a pet, please know that they are there hovering around you. The energy of love, protection is there, and they're letting you know that all is well. At this time, you have a lot to learn from animals, a lot to which will help you heal or open up your heart, or even, you know, receive greater clarity about how to go on at this point of time. Animals have a lot of messages for humans. We can learn a lot from them, and you're at this point. This is what your spirit guides wish you to know at this point of time. Let's look at the extended message from the tarot card. Wonderful. This resonates so beautifully. You have the Knight of Cups energy along with this, which is all about heart. Be heart-based. Animals tell us, you know, when it's there are reminders of time, when it's time to let go, when it's not the right time to be overly ambitious, overly ruthless, overly competitive, be overly in the mind, or you know, be overly ruled by the intellect, but to be ruled by the heart, to be heart based. And that is the message I'm getting, guys. And I'm also majorly drawn towards this horse out there, again, animal spirit. So animals, look at the animals around you. What signals do you receive from them? What might they be telling you? What actions do you feel? What energy do you feel, you know, from them? Say you see a hummingbird around you, what does it remind you of? Look at the energy, look up the energy of the hummingbird, look up the energies and the meanings of the animal totems through the animals you or insects or birds you happen to see a lot around you, or of course your pets. So this is a major reminder of to go with the flow, to be sensitive at this point of time, to be heart-centered, to be based in the space in your heart, and to be in that fluid space where you can offer and receive unconditional love and lessons, to be sensitive, to be thoughtful, to be there, to be present. Animals are very, very present beings, energy sensitive beings. They are very present. They are not thinking about yesterday. They're not worried about tomorrow. They are in the present. I think that is the biggest message, to be heart-based and in the present, which your animal guides, the animal energy is guiding you to. You're free to look up the specific meanings of the animal guidance that is coming your way. So I think this is a powerful, powerful message for those of you who were guided to this set of cards in group B. And let's now come to the final reading, which is for those of you who were guided to this set C. And let's look what is the spirit message for you guys. It's a beautiful message again, healing energy, olive green, and it says reach out. So I immediately have a feeling this is for some of you who might have had a particularly hard time this year. This year has been hard in so many ways for a lot of us, especially also it's when it's made many of us feel vulnerable in more than one ways. So this is a message for some of you out there who might be feeling especially vulnerable, weak, exhausted, or in fear or anxious. This is a message to reach out. You don't have to do everything on your own, and even if you feel you're alone, you don't know how much help is there around you. Spirit has so many ways of reaching out with help. Sometimes we are unaware till we actually reach out. So reach out to God, reach out to those around you. If you have no one, reach out, say to Spirit that you allow Spirit to come in and lend you a helping hand, and you might be just amazed at the various ways in which this help comes. Reach out. It says, we know you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered as it's about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you. So I also have a feeling that some of you might have difficulty accepting help because you've been used to, for various reasons, good or bad, being very independent, doing things on your own, being there for people rather than expecting them to be there for you. And it sometimes might be an ego-based thing also. You don't want to appear weak or vulnerable or exposed, so you might have those kinds of issues to work through. So whatever it is, look inside you. If you think that even though you know you need help, you don't really like to reach out, Or if help is reaching out, are you really open to accepting it, fully receiving it in the right energy? So those are some of the messages, those some of the things you're being guided to, introspect and reach out for help. 7 of Cups is your extended tarot guidance. 7 of Cups, and it immediately makes me feel that some of you might be confused about whatever is going on in your life right now, and you might also be confused about whether you should accept help or who you should accept it from, in what manner, what form, what shape should you accept that help from, this or that. And there's too much analysis, too much overthinking, to the point it's becoming distracting and self defeating. So just make sure in this case that your heart is the best guide for you. Just close your eyes, take your time, go inside, and in that space figure out what exactly the kind of help you need, and what is it that's being offered, and which is the best help that you feel at this point of time, which will not just make you feel better, lighter, but also more empowered, so that it's not help which is disguised as help, but it actually disempowers you, and makes you feel like it's like a burden, and it's like some strings attached. So make sure you go in that space and go for the help which makes you actually feel light, and which makes you feel truly supported, and yet does not take away your power. It does not make you feel like there are strings attached. So don't over analyze it, don't overthink. So don't get out of that zone, and also think from your heart space. Don't think too much that what if you accept that help, what will you need to do after that, and all that. Just go with the flow. So that's the message for you. Just do it spontaneously, do it heart based, and accept help out there. Connect to spirit. So well guys, those were some of the messages for all of you, whether you were guided to group A, set B, or set C, and I hope that brings some clarity to some of you out there, makes some sense, and gives you some guidance from spirit. I hope that as we transition into this new year, it's a beautifully optimistic, much more hopeful time, much more empowered time for all of you out there. With that, take care, and I will be back with another message, another reading soon. Bye bye, and wish you all a beautiful, happy, empowered, optimistic, joyous, spirit guided 2021.